All right, today's episode on Tequila Forever Tequila. Jose Cuervo, Reserva de la Familia. Check it out. This is the oldest tequila brand. La Rojeña, where this tequila is made, is the oldest distillery in Latin America. Also, Reserva de la Familia is the crown jewel of the Jose Cuervo brand. Everything, supposedly about this brand or this particular one is all handmade. The whole process is artesanal. The family reserve, was used for, celebrating special occasions. And I believe after like 200 years, which was 1995, to celebrate those 200 years, they decided to finally share this with the world. The agaves they used are like 10 to 12 years old, so I believe that's probably to be like, the oldest agaves that pretty much any tequila uses. A lot of them are an average of like 6 to 8 years. But yeah, they go, like I said, about 10 to 12 years for this one. For this tequila, they use freshly charred American oak and French oak. They said when they cut the agaves, right, and they're trimming them, they use a very short hema. They believe it makes it sweeter. You get more of caramel flavors, and it's part of the recipe for this tequila. Now, the agaves are estate grown. I believe they distill at 46%, if I'm not mistaken, and then they can see the aguamiel, that's running off, and then they say they extract that and they use that, like the water from it or whatever to dilute it to proof. Now, the agaves are steam cooked for 36 hours, and then they're fermented for 30 hours and then distilled twice in copper pots. And then the most important step, I guess, for this tequila is that the master distiller, which is Alejandro Coronado, says that one of the most important things for this extra añejo is the blending of the American white oak and the French oak barrels to get that flavor. So I've heard a lot of things about Jose Cuervo. I know a lot of their stuff is junk, and I did a video on the Blanco, where basically I'm saying like, I don't know if I believe everything, but that they say, but they claim that this is, additive free. Like I said, everything 100% traditional. Really don't know. And I'm not sure if I mentioned, but Jose Cuervo, it's 11 generations. It's been family owned for 11 generations. And then this box right here, these are like collector boxes. They're in collaborations with like Mexican artists for the Mexican heritage, and they're all like limited, so they be changing. That started back like 95. There's a few different boxes, not for every single year, but some of them might have been like the next year, 3 years later. Just gotta really look at it. I believe this one's from like 2017. As you can see, they got the King Kong on this. It would have been cool if it was King Kong, but it's a gorilla. But let's check it out. What matters is if the tequila inside of it is just a beast. And that's what, we're going to find out. Check it out. King Kong. So let's go ahead and do that again and do this right this time. Alright, so here we go. Check it out. So I'll make sure to post a picture so you guys can go ahead and read that and check it out and everything, Let's get this tequila out of the box. I think there's like a little booklet in here. I think this booklet, I believe it, talks about the artist a little bit, and maybe there's some other information in here. I don't know if I'll be able to get that whole picture in there or whatever, but maybe I'll do like a little video or something where, you know, I'm showing the book up close, you know. But yeah, but I think this is Abraham Cusavillegas. I believe that's the artist for this one right here. So let's go ahead and get this out of the way for now. Now I have tried a few different batches. This one's 2017, like I said, and if they are using additives or, you know, a diffuser, I know there's a diffuser in that distillery. You know, they claim it's for your other products, but not for the Reserva de la Familia. This is the only product that they don't use that diffuser or additives or anything for this product, you know. So if that's true, we can expect, you know what I mean, for it to be a little bit slightly different than the other years. You know, when they're using a diffuser or additives, you can expect, you know, it to be very consistent, you know, with all the batches. So it comes wrapped in little pink paper. There we go. You guys can take a look at that bottle. And like I said, they say that everything in this tequila is handmade. You know what I mean? The wax, when they're dipping it, stamping it. I think the bottle may be hand blown. See like all the bubbles and everything. I know it's hand numbered. All right, so let's go ahead and get this cracked open. This thing is really tight on here, huh? There we go. So it's been a while since I've actually had this tequila. And if you guys are familiar with some of my videos, you might have heard me mention that this is actually one of my favorite extra añejos. All right, there we go. Nice tight seal, real cork, and I like that. I really do like this, these corks. So we got a little glass right here, poured for my wife, and then one for me. All right, so let's take a look at it right here on the glass. I mean, this thing is dark. It's a really like dark brown or amber color, you know what I mean? Really nice looking. It's really, really dark. Check it out. So I'll go ahead and give this a little swirl. And I can see, you know, everywhere that tequila has touched. It looks really thick, oily. I don't see it breaking down or anything, you know? So I'm right here still taking a look at it, and nope, I don't see any tears or anything. So perhaps it's probably gonna be really oily, really, you know, really viscous. There we go. It seems like it's barely starting to come down slowly. All right. So let's see what we pick up on the nose. Wow. And I have to say that it does smell different for some of the other batches, you know, that I've had. Like I said, it's been a while, but I was quite familiar with this tequila, and this actually really does smell, you know, different. It smells really good. I mean, I like it. So what I'm picking up, it's nice cooked agave. I'm also picking up, you know, like some almonds, some cacao. There is a little bit of caramel, cinnamon. So there's like light butterscotch in this, some chocolate. When I say there's some cherry notes in there, and some of this, might be coming from the French oak. And you do get those barrel notes in there. They smell really, it's not exaggeratedly sweet or anything like that, but you do get a little bit of like some sweet notes in there, right? Some sweet oak. It just smells really good. And I want to say that everything is well balanced. So in this tequila, I said it has a really great nose. It has a really, really nice nose. I definitely like what I'm picking up on this. There is, there's some cashews, some nuts on this, like some almonds, cinnamon. There is some sweet notes in this, fruity notes. I said some dried fruits as well. And the fact that I am picking up, the agave, I think it's a very, very good thing. This is aged for a minimum of 3 years. I have read some articles on this in the past, and I even seen some things on the news where they talked about, this was also like, reserved for some of the, I don't know if of like kings or something, or special, not just the special occasions and stuff, but, prevents some kings from, I don't know if it was back before there was tequila going over 200 years ago and stuff like that, but supposedly they had some like really, really old barrels and stuff where this product was like over 30 years, and they would blend some of that with this. Now, I don't know if that's true, because, some of the newer information that I got didn't mention that. But if that's so, either way, they did a really good job with this tequila. And then the price on this, Jose Cuervo runs about anywhere from like $135 to $200 plus. On average, I'm gonna say this is about $175 on average. Total wine's like $170. Sometimes too, depending on the year, right? The box that you're getting, depending on the year, if you find an older one, it could be a lot more expensive. I've seen them at Costco before, even on special, during the holidays in December, be as low as $115. So yeah, it really depends where you purchased and, the time and everything. But like I said, on average, it's about $170, $175. And it is pricey. But if it's true and everything is done the right way and traditional, and looking at this tequila being like the oldest brand, there's a lot of history, and that I do respect. I think, it's definitely worth it. It's definitely worth it. Yes, there is a lot of other tequilas out there that you can get, for that price, but this is definitely a very good tequila. Now I'm smelling it again as it opened up a little bit. I said there's a little bit of light peppercorn. I feel I'm getting also a little bit of minerals. And then in the far back, there is a little bit of mint. So it's a pretty complex tequila. That's what I'm gonna say. I can't speak for the newest batches. Like I said, everything's gonna be different, but I guess I do believe now that this is an artisanal product. Considering that this is different than the other ones. You know what I mean? I think if it was diffuser or if it was additive on this, we would be expecting a very consistent flavor. So anyways, that's enough talk. Let's go ahead and finally get into the taste. Like I said, it's been a while, and I'm down to have a sip. that is the first sip of the day, and this tequila, went down pretty smooth. I got a little mild heat, but other than that, went down pretty smooth. It has a really nice taste. All right, so I want to say on the mouthfeel on this tequila, it's let's say that it's a little bit oily. It's silky, and it's oily. It's silky. Has a good taste to it. So what I'm picking up, excuse me, mouthfeel. So what I'm picking up, taste wise, I'm getting some fruits. I am picking up, the oak. So I'm picking up, some mint in there. I'm definitely picking up a lot of like almonds, the chocolate. It is followed by a little bit of like a little bit of bitterness from the wood. I do get, some cherry notes in there. I can taste the minerals. When I say I get a little bit like even a little light banana flavor, some black pepper. It's fresh, it's good, So what I'm gonna say about this tequila, I think it's really good. I like it. Like I said, it's one of my favorite Añejos. And I'm gonna tell you guys like this. This has, deep, rich flavors. It is an Añejo. And what you guys have to understand too, that if you like tequilas that have like tons and tons of agave, this is not gonna be it. You know what I mean? This does have the agave in both the aromas, flavors. But they are very strong flavors, you know what I mean? It's well balanced, but you do pick up some strong flavors, you know what I mean, on like the oak side, and like some of the cherry notes, cinnamon, and everything. And what I'm gonna say is that this could be something more for like people who like bourbon, or just if you like it, it's all about if you're really open to tequilas. I like everything, you know what I mean, whether they're lightly aged, strongly aged. Like I said, these are it's charred, it's new American and French oak, that are being blended together. So I got to take those things into consideration, and I think when you guys are looking at this tequila, you got to take that in consideration too, because it's new oak. You're also going to be getting a lot of the flavors, stronger flavors than something that was previously used. And so being able to taste the agave in there, along with these other aromas and flavors, I think it's really good. But it might not be for everybody. It's not going to be for somebody who doesn't like really strong, bold flavors. I've recommended this tequila to a lot of people who said they're looking for a good tequila, and they're like usually whiskey or bourbon drinkers. And I'm like, listen, for you guys, I would recommend Cuervo, Reserva de la Familia. I've gotten nothing but positive feedback. They absolutely love it. So me personally, I love it. It's one of my favorite. I recommend it. On a personal level, I think on this tequila, I would go with like a 90. And that would probably be like even on the price of like 150. That's on a personal level. As if I would be rating this as like a tequila, just like general versus how much agave I'm getting, and then taking everything in consideration, I would say that maybe like an 88. But I do recommend it if you're open to a whole bunch of different tequilas, strong, bold flavors. Do recommend it. You know what I mean? If you're not into those kind of tequilas, you feel like a lot of lighter ones, like barrels that are really used or expecting a lot more agave, or you don't like bourbon and stuff like that, this might not be for you. But I think this is a really good tequila. So, anyways, keep in mind this is a tequila, the oldest brand, the oldest distillery in Latin America. There's a lot of history, so a lot of respect. Nothing else to say, but I hope you enjoyed the video, and salute.